Te silko yetia iskita yuko. Yes, ukotea hia sikoho yatia. To ya sia ko yatia hosia kieta toya. To ya isuko. Teo sia itukoto ya sikia ho setahito. Ya sia ho itia ho itihaya to itia. Ho sikaya to tia ho yasikia hito. Yasu yetia haya to hayatia hutu yakitia sukoto. Yasukotai he, we are the Farrok. To sia sia
Lara. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you for allowing our presence.
We are extremely blessed and honored to have you here as we learn of your new energies.
Yes, when this one is learning to acclimate to our vibration. To sikato yesiko yetia hayatia
I think you're using me as support. Oh.
We're here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. May I start with a question about an earth dream? I was dreaming that Susan and I were driving in a car. We always seem to be in a car. Driving in a car and stopped along the side of the road. And I went across the street and I said, oh, we're going to go to this mountain and I want to go down the mountain. And Susan was yelling at me, we don't have time. We don't have time. And I said, well, let me just go on a quick portion of this path. So as I got across the street, I went to this big rock, and this rock was white and had pink within it. And honestly, it reminds me of this pink tourmaline with the white kind of shiny granite look and the pink stripes within. And then it also had moss, and I went over and hugged it and said, I love you. And I gave it light and I put my face on it as if you would put your face to a child. And then afterwards, I stood there taking photos of the area and I wanted to go down. I knew where the mountain went. It wound around to the left and then down to the right. And then there was a lake at the bottom. I knew this, but we didn't go. And then I was taking photos. And then as I was taking photos, there was all of a sudden I could look down into the lake and I could see the mermaids swimming below. And then the mermaid came up and I took photos, and then the photos changed to as if it had different filters on, like sepia and blue and different colors. And I was looking at the photos, and then I went to take more photos. And this time the mermaid was now up out of the water looking at me, and I was looking at her. And then I could hear Susan saying to me from across the street, come on, it's time to go. So then people in the meantime were going along this path that went the trail down the mountain, and I let them pass. because it was a narrow path. And then I backtracked over the path and stepped over a frying pan. And then I cooked an egg and people cheered and gave me an award. I don't cook, so maybe that had something to do with it, but I think there's several meanings tied in there. Can you delve into this dream for me?
Yes. I'm getting that the mermaids were a reflection of your mermaid lifetime that you know of, that's you wanting to reconnect with that experience of being a mermaid and not wanting to leave because you were enjoying yourself. The frying the egg is related to you, related to a work accomplishment or something that you feel like you did a good job of creating, and that you have or will receive accolades for this work. I feel that it's perhaps related to your current day job, but I also feel that that will support you and this one's work with the mountains, with the rocks, with the land, with the water. That this is showing that success awaits you in these endeavors, that there will be many cheering you on, supporting you. I feel like the success, this accolades also can relate to your spiritual work in general, that you are on the path of success, that there is nothing hindering you from taking action and creating what you wish. And this is something that you are coming to realize, this path forward for you is becoming more effortless, where the concept of time, of being late, of being on a schedule, no longer seems to matter as much, that you would rather wander, you'd rather explore, you'd rather have experiences wherever those experiences take you in your now moment, and following your love, your joy, your heart, the way you felt like a child pressing your face against the rock, against this beautiful being that shares its love with you. And that the pink coloration and the white is divine source energy and love energy coming in for you, represented in this rock, represented in the loving consciousness within your being that you are sharing with these other beings of consciousness, the mountains, the rocks, the land, the water beings, the nature beings. That the mountains are calling to, the rocks are calling to, as you know, to connect with them, for they know that you are one that recognizes their consciousness, that wishes to assist, and they want to show you their appreciation and love for this work that you are doing. that doesn't need to be rushed, that doesn't need to be on a time schedule. As this one was merely a representation of your inner clock that sometimes calls to you based on what you've been programmed to believe about time that no longer resonates with you, that no longer seems like a real construct in your life, that you are much more in the flow of your experience and not ruled by time, or it is easier to tell it to wait, to just give you a moment, to just be in the moment and not having it pull and tug at you to get moving in a different direction, in more of a third dimensional task way, calling you to complete your third dimensional tasks that are in the background nagging at you, but you'd rather be enjoying all of your experiences, your connections, your love, your joy with all these beautiful beings that you encounter that are sharing the celebration of life with you. And this is a reminder of this, a reminder of the contrast of feeling, the feeling of being in the moment in your greatest bliss, or the feeling of being called back to be the slave to time, if you will.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Thank you so very much. And then I had a next occurrence of a go-kart dream where I wasn't driving, someone else was driving, and we were in a go-kart on this go-kart track, and I could see the distance it needed to go. And then the go-kart, the person driving, like scratched this silver car, and I was like, oh, I think you scratched that car. And then I thought they were going to turn around and go down the path again, but then all of a sudden we were going backwards, and then we were at the other side of the track, and I was like, oh, well, that was faster because we just like backed up and got right to where we needed to go. Am I recognizing shortcuts that I don't have to take what the standard path is?
Yes, this represents how things that may seem to be problems or interruptions along your path are really lessons to observe and to see as you experience, is there a better way? Is this calling my attention to a better path for me that would be, like you said, more easy, more effortless, that would get you there faster, that would circumvent any mountains or molehills in your way that you don't need to encounter, that these struggles that you feel as if you need to suffer through truly are a choice. They are a choice within your creative abilities to circumvent, to bypass, to take a more leisurely path in your life's journey, that you have the free will as creator of your life experience to shift and adjust your momentum, your direction, where you feel like you wish to go in any now moment, that this is your life's past, no one else's, to dictate. It is your personal expression of your creator self, however you wish to embark on any experience, what colors you wish it to have, what flavors, what resonance, what highs or lows on that path you wish to have. That is all within your inner determination, your inner guidance to choose to follow or not on what is your best path forward.
And then finally, I'm having this dream. I'm walking with a woman. She looks, I would say, Hawaiian, with short bangs and her hair framing her face, and then a little bit longer black hair, dark skin. And she's talking to a friend of mine. And as she's talking to my friend, I'm video recording her with this big square camera. And then she says, "Why are you recording me?" And I said, "Well, I am, but I kind of messed up the video. I can't watch it, so it doesn't matter." And then I said, "Oh, I thought you were recording this person or talking about this person I wanted to capture." And I said, "But I didn't get it anyway." And then and then my one friend was along the wall, like up ahead, and she said, "What was her name again?" And I yelled to her, "Tammy. Her name is Tammy." But I wasn't just saying it, I was literally yelling it like super loud, even though she was only like in the next room, like distance wise, even though it was this hallway. Why was I yelling at her, Tammy? And then saying, "Oh, she has a hard time hearing." Is Tammy my guide? One of my guides.
I feel like this represents you wanting to be heard. Yeah, this seems like it's an aspect of you or a lifetime of yours, a native lifetime wishing to come to the surface, wishing to be expressed, this sense of uninhibitedness, of freedom, of expression. Tammy is a guide or a part of yourself that you should connect with in your meditations to find out what gifts she has to reveal to you. This native part of yourself.
Thank you so much for those clarifications. Boy, talk about some cryptic dreams.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I just want to know if you have any information why I've, it's like my heart feels like there's a two beats. Like I feel it once in a while, like it's like I don't know what was that. Sometimes I get I don't know if that's something that I need to see a doctor, or that's
No,
like an energy.
you are just going through an energy expansion within the heart, adjusting to these higher frequencies, that it will regulate itself. It is not so much a physical experience, even though you are feeling it somewhat physically, but it's more energetic. in raising your frequency within your body construct, that it will regulate itself. It will adjust to the higher frequencies that you are taking in, that is causing this double heartbeat sensation. So it is nothing to concern yourself with. Just allow yourself to let the energies come into balance within your being.
Thank you. Well, I guess that's what's going on. The energy is too much
Yes.
for the
You
physical
can
body to
ask,
handle.
yes, you
Mm.
can talk to your body elemental to ask for these energies to be regulated in a more gentle fashion, to come into balance. You can ask your guides and angels as well to assist with any intense energies that you're feeling, to ask for you to integrate these in a more gentle fashion if they are feeling overwhelming to you at times.
Yeah. It's I think it's okay, but I was just curious about it. And what was that all about? But now I know it's energetic, so thank you. That's all.
Yes. Know that all is well. There shall be no harm that comes to you from this experience.
So I just recently had a new skull that I received as a gift from Mount Shasta. And she gave me the name Isle of the Blue Lagoon. And there's actually a location that's Island of the Blue Lagoon, interestingly enough. And I wonder if the land is working with the crystal to have me focus on this area, or that's just the name she likes.
It harkens to your Lemurian lifetimes, your mermaid lifetimes,
Ah,
this energy as well, but there is a connection with this island by the same name as well, calling for your supports, that you can connect with your skull to send healing vibrations to this island,
ah.
to the coral reefs nearby, to the aquatic animals and plant life around this island, as well as those animals that exist within its interior. Connect in meditation with your skull, with this island, and ask of what assistance you may have in sharing your energies with it.
Okay, that sounds good. I have a question about Ben Ra. I noticed that I've been channeling Ben Ra more frequently these days. Can you tell me anything about that connection to help me get a better connection with Ben Ra?
You are always connected with the Raw Collective, as you know. Ben Ra is stepping forward as a spokesperson so that you may feel a more personalized connection, a more somewhat human connection, if you will, to connect with a individualized consciousness that is part of that collective, that it is something to assist you with your channeling of Ben Ra, of this individualized consciousness that is of the Ra collective, that I feel is also, in a sense, an aspect of yourself, or in a sense, like an aspect or a portal connection to connect into their consciousness in an easier way, in a more fluid way, to it's almost like a form of hologram avatar connection for you to visualize as connecting to this individual being as part of the collective, as a spokesperson of the collective, that it is easier on the human mind to visualize this connection while channeling. That's what I'm
That makes
getting. So it is part of the collective consciousness, but as a way to like focus energies, focus consciousness in the collective into an individualized form that can be more readily connected to through a human channeling connection.
I understand. I also think that that's not necessarily just for me. I think that's also for those who I channel for when I channel the Raw Collective, because those who are listening also have a hard time to understand the Raw Collective or the energy of Ra as a whole.
Yeah, it's a more personalized representation to connect
Yes.
with.
Beautiful. Thank you. And then I'm wondering, I know I'm being asked to get together with some other people to put another Crystal Skull conference together down in the southern, like, I think it's like the Georgia area, something like that. Do you see, are the skulls the ones that are calling this energy to be pulled together? Because I know I have a large grid of skulls that I work with and am connected to, including the Galactic Skull Collective, including the Galactic Skull Ra.
I'm getting perhaps around the Blue Ridge Mountains or Arkansas area, where there are some caves or crystal beds under these areas, which would be provide vibrational support for this type of conference
Mm.
and
Yeah, I think
bringing
there's a place
crystal
called like
skulls together.
University of Delphi or something like that. I don't have my notes in front of me, but there's like somebody's already like associated with a particular location. that we're thinking it could possibly be held at that location, but maybe a side trip.
We'll continue, yes, to, I'm feeling that, yeah, Georgia is also a possibility. I'm feeling perhaps at some point, perhaps it can be during this conference or maybe a separate trip, that the crystal beds in Arkansas, Blue Ridge Mountains, also might be an area for a trip. But I'm getting Georgia as a strong possibility when you mentioned that. It's for this conference as well. So follow your guidance and continue to go in meditation. Ask to be shown
Okay.
the best areas, but I think I'm getting Georgia feels like a strong connection as
Okay.
well for this conference. But I'm feeling, as a side note, Arkansas, Blue Ridge Mountains feels, yeah, like perhaps another trip that's
Okay.
being called, or the mountains there.
Maybe it's a
And
Susan and Wendy side trip.
yes,
Joan will go with us on that one.
yes.
Kicking and screaming.
Well, that area has connections to the Atlantean crystals as well.
Now I have actually been to the Blue Ridge Mountains in that area before, so I don't think there's anywhere across the U.S. that I haven't been, except maybe Idaho and Washington, Alaska. I may, yeah, I think that's it. But I guess that's going to be coming to a close here in short order too, as far as that goes. But a few years down the road, maybe. But do you have any additional information that you would like to share with Susan at this time, or with us as a group, regarding your connection with us and with our galactic star families? I know the other day I saw the moon showed me a big pink flash, like it's a big white moon, and all of a sudden it became pink, and then it became white again. So I imagine it just sent me some divine feminine light codes. Or otherwise. But I know the stars are always flashing something at me.
Yes, I feel like these are signs to connect with you through your opening vision or visionary abilities.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But you're all being activated on your missions, on your path forward, that now is the time for action, for following your divine guidance forward and trust these new connections, these new experiences, these new gifts that are being revealed to you, that you are all on your, I want to use the word correct course, but you are all on your path to success in fulfilling your missions, your purpose, what you wish to experience here. Now is the time to bring your gifts forward, to share with the world, to not hold anything back in your ability to create, your ability to manifest almost instantaneously. Now you will see many synchronicities showing up to guide you in your lives, and know that this is what is to be in the new world, the new reality that you are all creating together with your light, with your bringing in and anchoring the light, with your visionary abilities, your creative abilities to create that which brings you joy, which brings you happiness, which brings you bliss in the moment. the more that you are able to embody this, to trust this, to feel this as your new reality, as your emerging reality in each step forward, the more that you will anchor it in, you will make it solidify more into your creative experience.
Oh, very nice. And then I'm going to ask a question that Susan may not be asking, but there's supposed to be a new, shall we say, companion interest. How does that path look?
This is for her to discover herself. When there is someone who is a vibrational match to who she is evolving into, once she is further on her path, perhaps next summer or fall time frame, maybe
Oh, very fun.
when this connection will be made. But she has more so-called work to do before then, more experiences to be had, and
Oh, good.
on her own path before this will unfold for her.
Thank you for that information, Farrok. I do appreciate it.
Yes.
May I ask for a blessing for all the children, especially these new gifted ones, and especially the new pregnant mamas?
You said a blessing?
Yes, please.
Yes. I can leave you all with a blessing, including the children and all those, the parents of the children and all the family members of the children, that they come together to give love and support to these beautiful new light beings that are entering the planet.
Thank you so much.
Tozia ki to hia I su ho etia hazia ko Ezu etia ho etikia hotia I hazia ko sikaya to hia tia ko to hia to Haizia o sikia I so itia o hikia ho yesikyo Hea o e sia ko te hiha kia hosa hiha e to o e ta e ta tu e tia tu. Ha sia ho e hea tia ko hi tia hosa kaya tu e tia hi te tia hi tia. Ho ko haia taia ko a heia I e taka I e ta e tu. Ha zia ho e tia heia I o koto. Haza ko I hai tia I o ko. Hazi ko totoia hi ta e tia to koto e tia ko e sikia. Hazaya to a hia ho e tia ho. Haetia ko titia kaya titia ho toto etia here. Te so he kaya to titia ko. Hazia ko hiahi sukotai ki hazia yu tuko. May you all be one with Gaia's vibration. Suko hayati hiasia kai ho hia toko hiatai ki hazia yi. Connect with her through your heart. Suko hayati hiasia kiahi tukoya suko to support the creation of all new life. Suko hayatai ho hitia ko hia ye sukoya hiatakai ho hayata oto hikia ho sikia hayatoya tia sukoya hia to ho hia kia ko hazia tukoya sukotia ya sikitia oto etitia sukotoya hia sia hayato haikia ho ho ya hia ha ho ya hia ho ho hia ha hito hititia ho ho hia hia sakatia ho hia ho hitia ha ha itoya he koto tia sukoto itiao haya sakita utoa he sukotoya.
Thank you for your assistance. Much love and light to you and to all our galactic families.
Yes, much light to all. Be the light.
Yay!
Yes.
I
weird.
am in the quantum.
Yeah, I feel spaced out now.
Yeah,
So,
I have been since you started channeling them. I was like, ooh.
yeah, I feel like woozy feeling. Yeah, the quantum feeling. For sure.
It's fun.
Wow.
Juliet.
It's hot in here.
Right?
Well, channeling fire beings. Of course it's hot in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling
fire
heat.
beats,
Yeah,
like,
right before they
fire.
came in, I was feeling heat coming in. I'm like, huh, like I was feeling a little burst of heat, but then it went,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, then it settled down once they came in. But yeah.
Yep, me too. I'm
Instead
yawning.
Oh
The
my
blessing did more
goodness.
clearing.
instead of I'm feeling like I'm burning.
You're burning? I was sitting next to the window. I had to open it about
back
3
is like
times.
burning. Like,
Yeah, it's clearing.
it's so much. Too hot.
Clearing the vibration, raising the energies.
Yes.